I'm devastated with the outcome of the Snowy River Environmental Flows campaign. Government's made undertakings and they haven't followed through. And it's a very poor show as far as the interface between the people and government, if governments can't be trusted to honour their undertakings. Snowy River is such an important stream in what it represents for the whole country. If we can't get it right for the Snowy River, then no other river or stream's got any chance in this land. Are they saying Snowy River's the model for how they're going to fix up the Murray-Darling Basin? That's the biggest worry, because what they've shown by their treatment of the Snowy River, that any stream or river is up for grabs. The most powerful entity to make a call on the water will get it. The environment be damned. Will there be a genuine return to environmental sustainability to the Snowy River?
So we've lost our respect for the Snowy River. We have turned the Snowy River into a senile stream, and it needs new life. The arteries need to be flushed out and a new pulse of life brought into it.
Anyone that saw it 40 years ago and saw it today would cry. They just wouldn't believe how it's scrubbed up, messed up.
I think they overdone it with taking 2/3 out of the river. It was no longer a natural boundary. We have country that run onto the Snowy River, well done it. The park can drive through your country, but you can't drive through theirs.
There we are, where the pine-clad ridges rise their tall and rugged battlements on high. And that's the Snowy River country.
Now you can see the flow that's passing through there. That's a pretty minuscule flow. That's the total flow of the Snowy River as it stands at present. The once mighty Snowy River. You could step across that.
And I think that the mountains have gone back, and the huts and cottages and instead look to be sad and lonely.
You know, in the early days when I was only a bit of a kid, I used to go with my father down there. I suppose I wouldn't have been any more than 8 or 10-year-old. And you'd get to the Snowy River and just the beauty of it and the majesty of it and the noise of it was absolutely something that you don't forget.
The whole thing about the Snowy Mountain scheme is that it's a water harvesting scheme. They've got every creek, every stream and every river aqueducted and dammed off and tunnelled into a system that puts it into their storages, and they've got 2 systems basically. They can drop it down out into the west, either through the Murrumbidgee system, through the Tumut, or they can send it down to the south out through the Murray system.
If you look at the effect on a whole river system of what happens when you change the natural flow situation, so a lot of trees have died and a lot of more trees will die. And a lot of that is because the natural flood regimes don't occur anymore. It's all been changed.
So there's an amazing bit of colour in the rocks there. I wonder what that's all about, a pink tinge. Oh, it's a beautiful place. It's really good. You feel like you're right out there, appreciating the nature. That's a big part of what Snowy River is. It's the country that it flows through. It's so unique to Australia with Banjo-Paterson's pine-clad ridges. Well, this is the country that he talked about. This was all underwater, of course, pre-scheme days. You can see how water-worn it is. Look at that beautiful rocks perched up there. It's just a special wonder world in here. And I love it. This is our Snowy River. She's a sad shell of her former self. But you can get an idea of what it was.
To take the whole of a river out of the equation, I think is now being very seriously questioned worldwide. Also, if you look at whether or not there was an impact to, if you like, Kosciuszko National Park as a result of the diversion of streams, etc. Of course there was. Did it have a negative effect on plants and animals? Of course it did. Was there ever an environmental impact study on the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme? Of course there wasn't. It wasn't prudent. And we have to live with that. But what people are saying now is there needs to be some very serious consideration on what's called the triple bottom line. And that is environment, social, and economic.
And so this is the Snowy River, the mighty Snowy River. Have a look at it. This is the stream that we base our national iconography on, Snowy River. I mean, it's a bed of rocks and it's broken my heart. And you can look back upstream and it's no different. This is where the scheme starts and switches whole sections of river off.
We cannot afford to see 99% of the flow of the Snowy waters going over the other side, purely and solely to produce food stuff. We have to learn to live within our water resources. This country is populated according to its ability to sustain the population, and the governing factor is water.